Hi Pisces, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my singles with no past and no exes, with some charms and some evidence and some clues and some initials and whatever our spirit guides wants to share with us. We're going to call in new love. We're going to see what energy is coming your way. Please use these readings to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy of and deserving of, and the type of love that you would like. And then at the end, we will send it out into the universe together and claim it and own it and ask Spirit to guide it to us. Welcome back, everybody. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, you are welcome. Spirit, please share with me for my Pisces. Loving messages that are meant to be heard. What is it that you need us to know at this time? I am listening for you now. I have a connection. Love is the bridge connecting our souls. I just felt like a bond like no other. It was kind of, we both kind of met in the middle. We both crossed over, whether it's we released fear, we released worry about if this is going to work out or not. We started to trust, things like that. But I do feel like it's a deep soul bond. I do feel like we are traveling together, they're saying. So it's a soul bond of some kind, that whether it's twin flames or soulmates. So we are traveling together, they're saying. I have a doorway. An opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to this new person. That was interesting because it was almost as if your intuition told you to go there. Okay, it was maybe you had no intention of going into a store, or you had no intention of going to some kind of get together or going out with your friends because you just weren't into it. And that inner voice in all of us that says, I want you to go and just go through the door. And when you walk through the door, that is when you meet this person. So I do want you to listen to those times that you are second guessing. Should I go? Shouldn't I go? They're saying get out there and walk through that door, because you never know who you're going to meet on the other side. So I do feel like, but I think that there's going to be, I wasn't going to come here, and if I hadn't come here, I never would have met you moment. Okay, so I want you to be very much aware of that. I have anticipation, embracing this sweet love. And they are sharing with me a road less traveled, the way it came into me. It's not a typical relationship. I'm going to put it in the category of I've never met anyone like you, or I've never dated anyone like you. I typically date certain types, but those types obviously haven't been working out. So I think that this person isn't your normal type. Doesn't mean that they're not the best thing that's ever happened to you. But I think that you're surprised that I'm really attracted or really interested in this person, or I'm connecting to this person because of their personality, or their sense of humor, as opposed to physical characteristics, which maybe it's not something you've ever done before. Maybe they're more introverted than somebody that you've ever dated before. And maybe that works this time. Maybe somebody that is more shy or quiet, or has a different personality type than what you've dated before. So keep in mind, it could be, I didn't see this coming energy. This is not, I never dated anybody like you before. I think it's going to be really something different. I have a surprise, a romantic surprise on the horizon. Be open to them. I think the surprise is that you're not my normal type. And I think it's you. You could have very similar tastes in partners, and you have never really kind of deviated from that. And maybe Spirit's saying that's not who I want you to be with. I have something that is totally unexpected. Bottom of the deck, I have the right path. Okay, so love is a beautiful journey, and you are on the right path. So that came into me a little bit more as a, am I headed in the right direction to find this person? Yes, if you're listening to that inner voice that says, I want you to go. I want you to go there. Okay. Somebody invites you to go out tonight and you go, I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to go. I'm tired. I'm going to watch Netflix. But you decide that, you know what, I'm going to push through that. I'm going to go. I'm going to have a good time one way or another. Because if I hadn't walked through that door tonight, I wouldn't have met you. So I do need you to listen to that voice. I have a 7 of Pentacles. I have an 8 of Wands. I have a 2 of Cups. And I have a 4 of Pentacles. I will say I'm struggling. Somebody is struggling out there to open up. And I think a lot of us do that. It's almost like you need to prove yourself to me before I give you my heart. Yes and no, because nobody wants to prove themselves to you. Nobody wants to jump through hoops for somebody else. You know, you either like me for who I am or I'm moving on, you know. So doesn't mean that they won't jump through hoops to be good to you. Doesn't mean that they want to do everything to make you happy. Okay. But in the beginning, it's not going to be, if I say jump, you know, they say how high. Nobody's going to do that. So we do want to make sure that we are very open and available, is how I feel. The 7 of Pentacles came into me as you being in alignment. You can see the pentacles are in line with the moon, and it was this feeling of when I'm in a good place, this love arrives. Okay. So if you're feeling really good about yourself right now, you feel like you're balanced, you feel like you're healthy, you feel like parts and pieces in your life are all coming together, that's when this love will arrive. Okay. So that felt good to me. And then the 2 of Cups. I mean, what can I say about a 2 of Cups? They're saying a yin and a yang energy, that we really balance each other. We could be, they're literally showing us that difference, you know, with that yin and yang energy, but we work so well together. And I never thought something like this would happen. So the energy is there. Okay. I like that with the 2 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. I have an Emperor. I have a Moon. And I have a Death card. It's coming into me, not that you need saving, but someone is coming into your life to help you out of a difficult situation. Okay. Whether it's advice, it could just be somebody to hold your hand through some kind of paperwork, something like that, that's overwhelming to you. And they take a look at it with you, or they figure it out with you. Maybe they have more computer skills than you do, and you're trying to set up a new computer. You're trying to switch over your phones, you know, something difficult technology-wise. It could even be bigger. It could be that you've had a substantial loss in your life and you are still grieving it. And this person is very understanding, very caring, very strong in that sense. So this Emperor feels like they do have the ability to hold your hand through difficult times. And again, it doesn't mean that they're saving you. It just means that we all need help at different times in our lives. And we certainly would want our partner to be there for us. So we could say it a little bit like a safety net, or I'm not going to let you fall on your face. You're not alone anymore. You have somebody that you can rely on. Okay. I'm not going to let you go without something, or if your car breaks down, we'll deal with it. Okay. Something like that. So it's just more of I have somebody in my life that um, helps take on some responsibility for things happen in my life and things happen in their life, and we help each other. Okay. So it's not like you're taking on this grown, I want to say, man child or female child, that you have to take care of. Somehow it's like, how did I end up taking care of this grown ass person? No, it's that we're there for each other. I have an Ace of Wands at the bottom of my deck. What else do I have? And I have an Ace of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. That to me is, I don't want to ignore the emotions that are coming in right now. I don't want to ignore the connection. I don't want to ignore the passion they just said. So I would probably be foolish to push this away. I think both of you would be foolish if either one of you pushed it away. They're saying I recognize a good thing when I see it. So both of you, I'm going to say you have equal value. You have high value for each other. It's not like one person is beneath the other or anything like that. So I do feel like we both kind of look up to each other. We both see each other as very high quality, high value choices. And I think that that's important. I think you want to be proud of the person that you're with. Spirit, please share with me. What does my Pisces need to know? Spiritual growth. When I do feel like that alignment, like I said earlier, that Seven of Pentacles, even though it's a Pentacle card, so it was like I've been working on myself and I'm in alignment and my spiritual growth is in a good place. So if you feel really confident right now that you're in a good place, then you are in a good place to attract. And that's important to know, that I'm in a great place to love. I have a big heart. I feel like, this heart feels like it's throbbing. It feels like it's moving to me. Just, big heart, deep soul, whoever this is, whoever this person is has a big heart, and I want to say it's beating fast, it's beating fast, it's throbbing. I've got a lot of love to give. So, it's somebody who says, I want to love somebody. A lot of us, we want to be loved, but there's many of us that we get great joy in loving other people. You're the givers, right? I like to bake cookies and give them away, right? So you're the giver, and givers get a lot of reward from giving. So this is a big heart that gives. I have an inner child energy. I'm going to say I've worked really hard on my inner child. I've worked really hard on my spiritual growth. I've worked on things like childhood wounds. So I do feel like that's just kind of spirit acknowledging that you've done a lot of work. What's at the bottom of my deck? I have a birth. So it's a new beginning. I also want to put it out there as it feels very similar to a spiritual awakening, where everything feels exaggerated. Everything's intensified. Everything from smell to sights to all of your senses. So you're very much aware of kind of, you're noticing everything. You're noticing a little caterpillar, or you're noticing a ladybug, like things that just went over your head before. It's like everything's magnified for some reason. You're very much aware. You're totally in tune to your emotions. You're totally in tune to things that you're saying, things that you're doing, how this person is acting, what they're doing, how they look at you. You're what, like 100% just picking up on everything. Okay, so be aware of that. A soul bond. I love this. Let's get some initials. Let's see what the initials are saying. We might have some clues here. First initials, last initials. Let me zoom in just a hair. Okay. And some of you may have somebody on your mind already. If you don't, that's okay. All right. I have the letter I. I have an M, L, S. I have a V, I have a Z, U, E, I have an F, and I have a B. Okay, so some of you, those could make some sense, could be your initials, which would be great. And then let's get some charms. Let's see, I have this big, beautiful bag today filled with charms, and I'm going to give it a shake and a pinch of charms and see what Spirit wants you to know. Okay, got some good ones. A couple more, Spirit, please. Okay. Let's go with this guy, Scorpio energy. Okay, I have a wine barrow. It came into me as wine country. I have grapes, wine barrow. I could like things like wine tastings. I could like red wines. I could like to go to vineyards. Maybe I've traveled to Tuscany in Italy, which is beautiful, by the way. I'd like to go to California, but maybe that's something that you both enjoy, or that's something that you'll be doing in the future. You know, that's something that you'd like to do. I have a beautiful sun, and I'm going to just put the sun as this awakening feeling that I had, this newness, new dawn, new day, they're saying, a new opportunity. I do want to say try again, but it's not try again with a past person. When I said opportunity, it was more of a, don't be afraid to fall in love again. Don't be afraid to have another relationship. Okay. We have great capacity to love more than once in our lifetime. So, don't be afraid of that, of course. I have Irish, a little bit of Irish. Okay, maybe that there's a part of somebody that's got a little bit of Irish, my great grandfather was Irish. I don't know, maybe something like that. I do have a cat. It's coming into me as a white and black cat. So I could have a cat that has like spots or stripes. I have an apple. This is coming into me as fall energy. I do have the apple, the grapes, the vineyards. I am feeling harvest energy. So September, October, something like that. So we could be looking ahead. I do have love. I have love written all over my heart. So I do. They're saying I'm not afraid to say I love you. I like that. Okay, so you've got somebody that's emotionally available, and they're going to be able to share their feelings with you. So maybe that's something that you struggled with in the past. I was with somebody that just never told me they loved me. And you know what? We all need to hear that. We have to hear it. Even though you know that they could care about you and love you, I think we all have to hear it every once in a while. And have meaning. I have a kangaroo, Australia. I have sunglasses. Okay, so I'm going to go with this kind of feeling of, it just felt like international travel. Okay. I want to go to Italy and see, like I said, the, vineyards. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to, just places that are exotic. So we've got a traveler. You could be the traveler. They could be the traveler. But these are places that I'd like to see. The eyeglasses could also be, I'm always wearing eyeglasses. I'm always wearing sunglasses. I have a playful kitten. Okay, so this could even be two cats, somebody who has two cats. And then I have a little bunny with kind of holding a heart. I'm just going to say, kind of this sweet energy, cute energy, things like that, good to you energy, things along those lines. Okay, bunnies are cute. Okay, so there are my charms and some little bit of additional evidence and clues. Okay. Spirit, what else do you want us to know about this connection? What's important at this time that you want to share with us? Let me see. Let me go into maybe some of these. Spirit, what is it that you need? Deep soul bond, a big heart. Okay. I'm not afraid to say I love you. That I really like. Ascension. Yeah, spirit. When you feel like you are in a better place, when you feel like you have been working on yourself and you have a like really high value, you're completely in alignment, I feel like that's when this person's coming into your life. I have some confusion. Okay, that came into me as you shouldn't be confused with this person. This person's got a very open heart. They're very easy to talk to. So if you're talking to somebody and you don't know where you stand, it's not really connecting, it's probably not your person. Okay, so you can't make it happen, Spirit just said. I have a shadow side. Okay, I've been working on my shadow side. I have the truth rising. That felt for a moment there that, first of all, I've got like these steps in the candles, like they're different heights. So I felt like I was going up this ladder or this step. They're sharing, I'm asking about the steps. They're saying second floor. Do you live on the second floor? Does this person live on the second floor? Is it an apartment on the second floor in a building? Something along those lines. Bottom of the deck, I have blocked off. So block off the person who brings in confusion or frustration. They just said, you're not going to, with the right person, you're not going to feel like you don't know where you stand. This person helps you with, I'm not going to let you fall. I'm going to be there for you. So somebody who doesn't make you know where you stand isn't going to be there for you when you need them. So let's get one more of these. I feel like I need one more of these. Surprising you. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, I think the surprise is, I don't know, maybe the surprise is just the spiritual bond energy that it's our, so I feel like you're in my soul somehow. I feel like you're in my body, like, how did you do that? So that it happens. It does. It happens. Let's get some loving messages. Let's see what they want you to know for some loving messages. And maybe we'll put this out into the universe in a moment. And we will just ask Spirit to guide this to you soon. Spirit, please share with me. I'm ready to level up our relationship. I'm ready to have a real relationship. My most precious treasure is you. You are by far the best thing that's ever happened to me. I will treasure you. I love that. The person who doesn't take you for granted, you're not taking them for granted. You appreciate them. They appreciate you. It's mutual. So we want that love. My intuition tells me to take things slow. That's okay. Doesn't mean that it's not the person you're supposed to be with just because you're going slow. It could be they really want you to make sure. They really want you to feel safe. They really want you to feel comfortable with somebody. So whatever pace it goes at, it's the pace it's meant to be at. You can't make it a flower grow any faster. So it's something similar to that. My family's crazy about you, and I can't say I blame them. So that tells me that they introduce you to their family. They want you to meet their family. I think that's very important. That's somebody who's serious about you. That's somebody who's taking this connection serious. So let's ask Spirit to guide this to you now. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. If you are new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. And I hope you enjoyed your reading today. We'll see you again real soon.